the poet who fought at the Battle of Lepanto. On this day, in 1564, the Spanish writer Miguel de Cervantes died aged 69. Cervantes had been a soldier and sailor in his youth. He fought bravely at the Battle of Lepanto, that great epic battle between the Ottoman Turks and the Christian Europeans, led by Don John of Austria, a great sea battle that took place in the Mediterranean, of course. Later, Cervantes' ship was captured by Barbary pirates, and he spent 5 years in captivity, probably working as a galley slave himself, because the Battle of Lepanto was between galleys, ships powered by oarsmen as well as sail. His family, after 5 years, ransomed Cervantes, and he worked for several years as a tax inspector, not very effectively. Eventually, the success of his great book he had been writing, Don Quixote, was recognized, by which time he was 58 years old, but it's better late than never. I think in the West, we don't fully recognize always the great influence Cervantes has had on European literature. His wonderful characterizations of Don Quixote de la Mancha, the old knight who's tilting at windmills, followed by his faithful servant Sancho Panza riding on a mule. He had a great influence on the Spanish language itself, which even today is often referred to as the language of Cervantes. Well, today's poem has to be the last few lines of Chesterton's great epic Battle of Lepanto, where Cervantes is mentioned. Here we are. Don John pounding from the slaughter-painted poop, purpling all the ocean like a bloody pirate sloop, scarlet running over on the silvers and the golds, breaking of the hatches up and bursting of the holds, thronging of the thousands up that labour under sea, the galley slaves, white for bliss and blind for sun, stunned for liberty. Vivat Hispania, Domino Gloria, Don John of Austria has set his people free. Cervantes on his galley sets the sword back in his sheath. Don John of Austria rides homeward with a wreath. And he sees across a weary land a straggling road in Spain, up which a lean and foolish knight forever rides in vain. And he smiles, but not a sultan's smile, and settles back the blade. But Don John of Austria rides home from the crusade. What a great image that is. Today I will accept that I do not have all the answers, but I will trust that I have sufficient unto the day. Thank you for listening.